Well, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Larry Olson for those of you that are new, and I want to welcome you to a real interesting concept called performance-driven neurology, which I happen to be a specialist in. And basically what it is, it's just how does that brain come into making my life the way it is right now? And when you take neuroscience and combine it with cognitive psychology, you begin to understand why you do what you do, whether it's good for you or not. And we get together to kind of see what we can do when we find ourselves stuck, or we haven't quite been able to get to that next level, or just curious about how do I improve the quality of my life? How do I show up actually the best possible version of myself? So I thank you for being here, and the topic we're going to talk about today is something that I think everybody understands, but sometimes we don't utilize it the way we should, and it's called motivation. In fact, we're going to talk about the myth of motivation, and what I mean by that is how many things are you going to get started as soon as you get motivated? As soon as I get the time, we get all of these things in our mind that all these things have to take place. The moon has to be perfect, and then I'm really going to tackle. I will write that book. I'll learn that new language. And whatever it may be, one of the things that we are not aware of is this incredible drug called dopamine. And it is secreted through the pituitary gland whenever we get a reward for accomplishing something. It is the reward. That's why people text so much. That's why they look at their likes. That's why they follow on social media, as they're getting these quick fixes. A little longer term fix happens when we're watching a episode on Netflix, for instance, attempting to, just binge on one after another because we're getting a hit. Then when we try to do a long-term project, we pretty much conditioned our brain for these short-term fixes. So more often than not, people run out of gas. They may have the best intention, but something seems to fall to the wayside and they really lose their motivation. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you that we can do to rectify that and to be able to accomplish this, writing the novel or learning the language, or getting that project done in advance, is we need to give ourselves quick fixes. We need to utilize this amazing thing called brain, utilize the dopamine system, but make sure that the fixes we're getting are steps along the way to the larger project. It doesn't sound like rocket science, but if I give myself just 10 minutes in the morning to look at social media, now what am I going to do after that alarm goes off? Well, I'm going to write for 200 words, and then I'm going to take myself a break. 200 words about what? About a post that I'm going to do, okay? An Instagram concept or idea that I've come up with. Whatever it may be, prepare in advance the steps that you need to take to accomplish the things that just don't fill you, but fulfill you. Things that are really going to make you feel so much more amazing about self, that you're conditioning your brain now to look forward to the steps, to look forward to going to the gym, to look forward to getting dressed in the morning, to even look forward to getting up early in the morning. All of these things occur as you start to not only understand how your brain works and how it processes information, but you stop waiting for that train that's not going to arrive, and that's when you get fully motivated. Today's the day. We've all had that occur in our lives. But if we're going to be motivated on purpose, decide what it is you want, plan how you're going to go about pulling it off, and then start taking those baby steps. And what begins to happen is you're starting to reward yourself with the same system that was rewarding you, that dopamine, on these projects that won't take you anywhere other than delight you with the entertainment that you're receiving at the moment, to the long-term projects which allow you to show up the most magnificent version of yourself. And that is who you are. You are magnificent. You popped out of this womb with all the neurons necessary to literally achieve whatever you conceive. What's on your mind? What do you want to accomplish? Decide, plan, execute. And the execution is where it all begins to become a reality. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.